What's up, YouTube? Spook Show Lucky here. Guys, if you've watched my channel, or if this is your first time watching my channel, I actually own a haunted house here in Monroe, Louisiana. It's called Evil Visions Haunted House. Every year we have a big haunt. We do a season. It's 13,000 square feet, so it's a very extensive house. It has a lot that goes into it every year. As a matter of fact, we've been working on it for about 3 months now. We're right at the end of June now. So we've really been putting a lot of work into it, and today I kind of figured I would do a YouTube video, something a little different. I busted out the GoPro, and we're going to take you to the haunted house, kind of walk around, show you some of the things that are inside, maybe how we're building them, and just kind of give you a little virtual walk around vlog kind of tour today. So enjoy, and we hope you enjoy, and we will see you there. So I'm actually running late to get to the haunt today. Today's a work day. Let's call in. We'll see what's happening. 9 times out of 10, he's late. So we're gonna see.
Hello?
Did you make it to work on time?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm up here. Me and Sean up here. We're walking through right now. Trying to put all the lights and stuff.
Alright.
You going up?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm running a little late. I couldn't believe that you were actually there on time.
Yeah, no, crazy.
Alright, so apparently Jared is at work on time. That's a rare occurrence, honestly. So I can't believe that. That's actually pretty good though. So I'm gonna introduce you to these guys when we get there, because you're only as good as your build team, and especially in a haunted house. I mean, you're definitely only as good as your team that's behind you. So I do give them a lot of help, but they are a great crew. They've really put in the time and the work and the effort to make the haunted house what it is every year. You know, we have a big turnout, so this isn't just it's a pretty big production. You know, it's one of the larger things that I've been in charge of, especially owning it and experiencing, you know, how to handle this by myself. I bought it last year, was my first year to own it, so I bought it, took it over from the guy who had been running it for 6 years or so, and I've always been into haunted houses and horror. I've worked at them before, but this is my first time actually owning it and putting on my own production, and there are a lot of moving parts to a haunted house. People don't realize, you know, until you really get down into doing it or researching it more, how much actually goes into one of these. So anyway, guys, we'll be there soon, and we will get you some video there. All right, see you then. All right, guys, so we are pulling up, and this building right here is all haunted house. You see how big the haunt actually is, and we have a little special parking here around back. So you see, it's a pretty big place. It's 13,000 square feet. It's a nice size haunted house, and yeah, we are here for the day. So let's get this started. Guys, this is Jared Newberry. He works here at the haunt. He is pretty much my right-hand man on helping me with everything and getting operations going during the build and during the season. Since what's besides the trash cans rolling? Hey, we're doing an interview. Stop. He's messing stuff up. It's fine. No, just take a different trash can. It's good. You don't have to walk slow like that. I mean, go now that you go now. All right. This is Sean. He comes to help out from time to time. Thanks, Sean.
Hi, Sean. Is there any more trash cans back there?
There's trash cans all over the place. Just find them and empty them, bud. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of how it goes on a daily basis. So what's the best thing about working here at the haunted house? What do you find to be the most rewarding, or the best? You know, what you like the most?
I don't know, man. It's just so much fun. I mean, we just do cool stuff all day, every day. I mean, we build creepy stuff and scary stuff with blood and guts and gore all day. And, you know, we put all this time into it, all this work, and then, you know, it all pays off in that 1 month of the whole season.
Yeah, and that's what I was laughing about, because the other day, well, I was carrying bodies in a shopping cart, and I was like, who does this for a living?
Yeah,
you know, nobody gets to do this for a living.
That's what all of my Snapchat is like. Pushing a shopping cart full of baby dolls and limbs.
Hashtag Snapchat. What's your Snapchat handle?
I think it's at Hewberry, Hewbury.
go check him out. What's the crappiest part about being here? Like what sucks the most?
And I get taught sometimes, but
That was going to be my thing.
yeah,
The heat,
the heat is
definitely.
bad, man.
So what was the most challenging part so far of the build this season?
Making a cohesive build this year, especially since we didn't have any experience doing that last year since we walked in so late. We just kind of worked with what we had, but trying to get every room to flow together, like especially as well as we have this year. I think that was
Right.
a bigger challenge than I expected. I didn't, it makes sense. Every room like leads up to the room after it, and so on, like all of that.
Right, and you never really question, oh, well, how did I get here, or why did I get here?
Yeah.
It's just there. So I think that was a lot of fun. And we've been at it since, when did we start? What, May? No. March.
Yeah, I think
March. Yeah, March, mid-March. So we've been on it a few months now, and we've come a long way. We're really excited. I know I've posted other YouTube videos before, and I know Christian Hannah Horror, as a matter of fact, did a complete walkthrough, so you got to see kind of what it looked like last year, and you can really do a comparative walk. Now, we're not going to do a complete walkthrough, but we will take you through some of the rooms and show you some things. So let's get to that, and we will be right back with you. So this is just, like I said, we're not going to do a complete walkthrough. This is just kind of one of the rooms that you get into. You see the wall themes. We really tried to keep this wall throughout most of the entire haunt. Music is definitely important. This will be your principal's office. This all relates to the school. There's good animatronic scares everywhere, and we tried to actually go and get real pieces of school equipment because that actually just really ties everything together. And as you can see, like I said, we're keeping the wall themes. We're not done with everything, so don't think that it's done. And this is where the craziness kind of starts. We have some really good props in here. And this is all in regular lighting, and you can see how good this stuff looks. So in the show lights here, when the lights are out, all of these really just pop. And these were kind of challenges to get together. And then you start your first classroom. We have just kind of chaos going on here, but we found really good, solid detailed props. When you get into old school stuff like this, check out this projector. And this is all real. This all came out of real schools. So we were able to find this stuff, and very thankful to have a buddy that owns a scrapyard that was able to help us get this. So all these details really matter. All of this looks really good in show lights. And when you're in here with the team and when the haunt's actually going, the first thing you really got to think of is, where's your scare going to come from? So in these situations, we imagine somebody being one of these desks. We kind of give them a walk through to where you're just kind of seeing the scene and not actually a part of it until we get further down. So let me show you one of the rooms that you'll actually have to be involved with, and we'll kind of show you the difference of what we're talking about. Here we are in our band room. So this is kind of, when you think of the band room in a school, it's kind of what we wanted to throw in here, but it's very interactive as far as how you have to get around the room. So we can put scares on the other side of this piano, on the other side of the stacked desk, but you actually have to walk around. So we are forcing you to get very close to all the props and whoever's going to be standing in this room, or how they react to the room. So these are the kind of differences between pushing and pulling people through the rooms and how we like to do things here at Evil Visions. And yeah, we're pretty proud of how it's coming out so far. Like I said, we're not close to done. We are close to done, but we're not done just yet. We got a little bit more to go. So let's check out some other rooms and details. When we first got the haunt, one of my biggest disappointments was the hallways and the wasted space that I felt like we had. So Jared, tell us a little bit about what we did here to get rid of the hallways and why we had a problem with the hallways in the first place.
Yeah, like I said, like the just black hallways, this transitions just wasn't doing it for us. I mean, it's a lot of space. And this hallway was just a black hallway whenever we came in here. We could do something with it, even just a little bit, but keeping the paint like pattern and stuff, like making it that much more cohesive. Just small props and small details. It really adds a lot. So it's not just a boring transition hallway.
Yeah, so basically all these hallways, and I think that there were upwards of 10, 15 hallways that
Yeah.
were just
Yep.
solid black, you know, and those are good to have when you want to kind of kill somebody's lighting, you know, because once they in the haunted house, they get used to the lights and things like that, but you can still effectively do that with some sort of pattern that matches the rest of the haunt, just actually cutting the lights out of the room. And we have few lights in this room, so this room is pretty dark.
Yeah.
And just the bodies hanging on the wall, this just gives them texture, something to run into, bump into. Yeah, just a creepy feeling. They might see the words on the wall written in blood. And, you know, this will just give them some texture to this hallway, so it's not just a black hallway. And this is one of the big things that we wanted to do this year, and that was like, I think, one of the first things on the list. I was like, no more black hallways. So we wanted everything to kind of just run together, and you see we did the textures on the walls. These are actually just painted on. We could have put trim pieces up, but when you're in a haunted house, you have people running into these walls constantly, and definitely just getting edged up on trim or cut themselves. We didn't want that to happen or be a safety issue. But in the show lights, this actually looks like real molding. So it looks really good, and the textures look fantastic. I think we've done a good job with it so far as paint and detail and how we wanted to do everything. So let's move on to another room. This is our cafeteria, but one of the big key things here as well, and like I kind of mentioned earlier, was getting realistic props. We wanted things from an actual school, and we did luck out a lot on how we did that. This is actually a cafeteria table, so it's a big, strong, sturdy table. We actually got bowls and plates, it's just stacks of these things. We really got lucky with it to find these, and we're able to use them. The lunch plates, the napkin holders, the straw holders, all of this is legit, real stuff you would see in a school. These big freezer or heaters, I mean, look at that. We can actually take these racks out, which is what we're gonna end up doing, taking the racks out. We can throw an actor in here, and they just pop out at you. However we wanna do it, there's a lot of room to work with. We've even got like the silverware holders, and they were just sitting in this junkyard. So look how nasty and dingy. We didn't have to do anything to these, and that's like the key goal when you're doing walls or doing things in a haunted house. You wanna make it look nasty and dingy. This stuff already just had dirt sopped in it. I literally set it here, threw fake blood on it. We were ready to go. And this was a really big help. This is kind of another example of the hallway situations that we had. This hallway used to just be black. It's still very dark when you walk through here, especially, you know, when all of our haunt lights are off and the show lights are on. It's really dark. There's just one little red light glistening in here. And so what we did, we just painted the walls to match. We filled this room with intestines, and it's right past our kitchen area, so it actually makes sense. It's a good transition. You can see these are the intestines that we made, and they're hanging. They're kind of soft to the touch. They're a little rubbery. So what these are is actually just pantyhose. You take pantyhose, stuff it with cheesecloth, dip it in liquid latex. Once it dries, the liquid latex, you give it a coat of red. You can dip it in red paint, spray paint it red, however you want to do that. And then I come back with a glue mixture that I make, so it's glue and blood, to give it this really nice shiny looking blood. And this is actually what's on the walls throughout the haunt too. It's the glue and blood mixture, because this stuff dries to the touch. It's a little tacky, but it does dry, and it actually stays good throughout the season. You come in here and start throwing fake blood from, you know, Walmart or Spirit, or, you know, even the stuff that you order, you throw it on the walls, it's gonna dry. It's gonna dry very quick, and you're not gonna be able to see it by the time the haunt starts. So, you know, and fake blood is not cheap. So instead of buying a gallon of that for $30, you know, every night and coming and reblooding the walls, we found a way to do this mixture, which works really good. This is a neat hallway that we built last year. So you see, we actually just used 1x4s to make it look like exposed studding and whatnot. When you walk through here, broke some of them up, put body parts and baby dolls and heads and arms, and it's kind of gained the name hand hallway because these hands are just here. And when you're in here, you can see that there's strobes, and the strobes are on, so when the lights are pitch black, you can't really tell that these hands aren't moving, but they definitely look like it. So this was a fun room to build, and this immediately transitions into one of the last rooms of our house. This would be the chainsaw area. This year we did things a little different. We have a left and right side. So you'll be able to pick which way you want to go. You get to go to the right or the left. 2 curtains, 2 totally different experiences. I'm not gonna show those in this film. Maybe later on, once we actually start the season up, we'll actually do a full walkthrough video and show you what all we have to offer. So we don't want to ruin that right now, right?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it took a lot of work to get these together. What's up, David?
What's up?
This is our head builder. He comes in and builds most of the construction stuff. What's your favorite thing about working at the haunt?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I've never thought about it.
What's the worst thing about working in the haunt?
It's hot.
Yeah, there we go. At least we can all agree on that.
It's hot.
It's hot. It's hot. Okay, guys, so we hope you enjoyed the tour. We just wanted to walk you through, show you some of the rooms, show you some of what we're doing for the 2018 haunt season. We are getting ready to go on this thing. It's currently late June. I don't know the exact date, but it's late June. So we don't have that much more time to go. We have just a couple months to finish everything up. There's a lot of details that have yet to be done, some building that we still have to do yet. We're going to be working on that and getting it done as soon as we possibly can. So I'm not going to be able to show you too many of the rooms. We went through a handful of them today. I hope you enjoyed that. And like I said, we went through, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 rooms out of 30 something rooms that we have available. We are very excited about getting this going, and we are ready for our haunt season. So if any of you guys can make it, definitely come out and see us. Evil Visions Haunted House in Monroe, Louisiana. We really appreciate you watching. Give a thumbs up if you like the video and you like the tour, and make sure you like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.